A local bank was robbed this morning and a suspect is in custody.
Our next round of showers and thunderstorms is headed to East Alabama overnight tonight. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, we preview the night ahead. We have baseball, softball, and soccer taking place right here in East Alabama. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham. The Wells Fargo Bank at 10th and Quintard in Anniston was robbed shortly before noon this morning, according to Anniston Police Chief Nick Bowles. The chief says that his officers responded to a call to the bank at 11:40, and they were on the scene of the robbery within 3 minutes. A suspect is in custody, but that person's name has not been released. Police are investigating the case, and the chief today on Facebook thanked his officers for their lightning response. He also thanked the county's 911 operators for help in getting that suspect.
The city of Heflin celebrated Arbor Day today by planting a tree in its community garden. Mayor Robbie Brown says this apple tree is the symbolic start to what he hopes will become a community orchard, providing food and other benefits to his city.
So last year we started the community garden. We had a lot of people that took advantage of using the community garden, and so we wanted to expand that. We want to do something that's going to expand that, so we thought an orchard would be nice. So in honor of Arbor Day, today being Arbor Day, we wanted to plant an apple tree. So this apple tree that we planted here will be an expansion of our community garden, so we'll have an orchard, and we want to utilize the area that we have here, basically, and then that'll be for all of our citizens to enjoy, so they'll be able to come out and hopefully we'll produce apples, and maybe they'll bring the mayor an apple pie. I mean, that would be great.
Brown says the community garden has become so popular that he's looking for federal and state dollars to help maintain and expand it.
We understand there's grants out there that are available for the community gardens and for orchards and things like that. So we're researching that now. We're hoping that we've got a lead on a few grants that we'll be able to apply for, and then we'll be able to expand this orchard, and hopefully maybe 10, 15 years from now, our kids will look back and say, who started this?
For more than 2 decades, Heflin has been designated as part of the Tree City USA program, which encourages communities to increase the number of trees they have planted and work to keep those trees healthy.
We're proud to be a part of that, and we've been a part of that for 22 years now. So we're going to continue that tradition on and be a part of it. And in celebration of that, we're planting trees and everything. And we know by research what trees do for our community. I mean, when trees are at houses, we have a higher resale value. Our neighborhoods are cooler. I mean, it's just trees add a great aspect to our community, and we love it.
The City of Anniston will be accepting grant applications throughout the month of March for its Home Partnerships program. Money will be available in 4 categories: public facilities and improvements, public services, community housing development organizations, and the Home Investment Partnership Program. Among the projects eligible for funding are commercial and residential rehabilitation, removal of architectural barriers for accessibility, water and sewer service expansion, economic development activities, the rehabilitation of single-family housing, historic preservation, and many others. More information will be available at a funding application workshop that's going to be held Monday, February 26th at 9 a.m. at Anniston City Hall.
When we return, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. We'll tell you about the source of the hazy skies that have covered much of our area recently.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
We've enjoyed beautiful weather this week, which may have made the haze descending into our area even more noticeable. The smoke is coming from a prescribed burn at Chiha State Park, where officials announced this week that certain areas of the park would be ablaze between Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday, a white cloud could be seen hovering above Oxford, and smoky conditions were visible as far south and west as the Talladega Superspeedway on Interstate 20. A notification on the park's Facebook page states that the burn will temporarily force the closure of the Chiha Express and Bald Rock and Pinhoti connection. Park professionals addressed concerns about smoky conditions earlier this month when they wrote, quote, "Please remember that smoke is an expected part of the process and is not a reason for concern. Your safety is our priority as our dedicated team conducts this planned prescribed fire," end quote. In a release shared earlier this month, the Alabama Forestry Commission stated it would be managing prescribed burns at Chiha State Park in February. Prescribed burns are fires started and managed by forestry professionals to maintain conditions that limit underbrush and enable plants and animals to thrive. Areas impacted at the park include spaces around the lodge and cabins.
And when we come back, it's not too soon for area youths to be thinking about their summer jobs.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Anniston's annual Youth Summer Job Fair will be held at the Carver Community Center on Wednesday, March 20th at 5 p.m. In addition to taking applications for various jobs, city officials will also be offering tips on completing job applications and preparing for job interviews. All youth summer jobs will be open for applications from March 20th through April 7th. The City of Anniston will be hiring youths aged 16 through college age for the following summer jobs: day camp director, day camp counselor, lifeguard, turf care worker, and program aide. Isn't it nice to be talking about summer jobs? Summer. It does sound
What was your
good.
first summer job?
My first summer job, let me think about that. I was helping them actually open the Quintard Mall. I worked in one of the stores there in 1970 because they were just getting ready to open.
That's really cool.
Yes, and so yeah, that was my first job.
Okay, and it seems like the young people in our area are going to have a lot of great jobs to choose from.
I think so, especially the turf care workers, which sounds to me a lot like people who use lawnmowers.
Yes, yes, it does.
I'm just saying.
And that may just be right around the corner. John Holder joins us now in the EAN Weather Center to tell us what we can expect for the rest of the week and the upcoming weekend.
Well, Mike and Katie, the weekend is going to be dry, but it will be a bit cooler, but still great weather ahead. We'll talk about the complete forecast for the weekend and beyond next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
We started off this morning with plenty of sunshine. We ended up the day with plenty of clouds across East Alabama, but it was very warm. 73 for the high today, 12 degrees above the average. The low this morning at 41. 39 is our average right there. And then the record high temperature 82, and that came last year back in 2023, and the record low temperature at 10 degrees. Sun rising tomorrow at 6:19 and the sun setting this evening at 5:34. Weather on your street on a Thursday night. Going to take out to Maxana Drive in Sachs. Showers later on tonight and maybe a rumble of thunder. Rain chances are very high tonight, about 80 or 90%, but we're only going to see about a half inch of rain, maybe a rumble of thunder. We do not see any severe weather in the forecast tonight, and it's going to be very mild overnight. 53, that's the low. We will be in the 60s for most of the evening hours, and most of the evening should be rain-free. The rainfall not coming in until later on tonight. Looking at tomorrow, we think the rainfall will be out of here by sunrise tomorrow. The clouds in the morning turning to sunshine in the afternoon on Lister Ferry Road in Southside. 65 for the high. Again, that is above average for this time of year. And as we look ahead to that all-important weekend forecast, sunny skies on both Saturday and Sunday. Turner Road out in Bynum in western Calhoun County. Going to be fantastic. Some low 60s on Saturday and then close to 70 degrees in the upper 60s at least on Sunday. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. You're going to be looking at some very fine weather coming up for about the next 5 to 6 days. 60s on tomorrow and Saturday. We'll be in the mid 60s or maybe a little higher than that on Sunday. Dry on all those days. Our cold morning will actually be Sunday morning as we drop back down below freezing again at 30 degrees, but that will not last long. Monday, we're back in the 70s. The low, only 47 degrees, as we are going to be looking at mild temperatures again coming to East Alabama. And as we've been talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the warmest temperatures of the year coming to East Alabama next week. 72 on Monday, 76 on Tuesday, 76 again on Wednesday. You see a 20% chance of a shower on Wednesday. That's during the daytime hours. Wednesday night, we're going to be looking at showers and thunderstorms that could be on the strong to severe side coming your way on Wednesday night. And then that will clear out of here by Thursday of next week and a bit of a cool down coming your way. Let's take a look way beyond into next Wednesday and Thursday. This is for next Wednesday and Wednesday night. And the Storm Prediction Center out in Norman, Oklahoma, this is how significant they think that this severe weather threat might be coming up next Wednesday night. They already have a 15% chance in this yellow shaded area of severe weather in this area. That is pretty significant 4 to 8 days out. That's about 7 days out from where we are today. So that's something that we need to look for. Our next significant weather coming our way will be next Wednesday and Wednesday night. As always, we'll be watching that very closely. We'll have tomorrow watched for you very closely here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with our Day at a Glance coming up. I'll be back here tomorrow evening for EAN Local News with a complete forecast for all of East Alabama for the weekend. Right now it's sports time. More high school baseball. A lot of games going on tonight. Namath has all the details right now.
Thanks, John. It is going to be a busy Thursday night, and it is going to be a busy weekend when it comes to spring sports right here in East Alabama. We kick things off right now with baseball tonight. So here are the matchups for East Alabama teams tonight. We start with the Walter Webber Panthers. Coach J.D. Phillips' team is 0-2 on the season. They lost to Victory Christian on Monday and Appalachian on Tuesday. The Panthers look to get in the win column as they have their second home game of the season tonight when they host the Golden Bears of Lincoln. Lincoln dropped a game earlier this season to Blake Jennings and White Plains in a one-run game. So the game tonight at June Brooks Field in Welborn is the Lincoln Golden Bears and the Walter Webber Panthers. Next up tonight, this game is going to be at Anniston as the Bulldogs are hosting the Thunder of Jacksonville Christian Academy. So Coach Tommy Miller and the Thunder will go on the road tonight to Anniston right here down the hill from the hospital, right there on the baseball field as the Bulldogs open up their home opener against the Thunder of Jacksonville Christian Academy. Tonight, the Raiders of Pleasant Valley open their season up at home as the Lions of Faith Christian will make the trip to Pleasant Valley to face the Raiders. The Pleasant Valley Raiders have coach that took over mid-season last year in his first full season as the head coach. It'll be interesting to see how the Raiders do this season. Faith Christian also has a new coach as the Lions head to Pleasant Valley tonight. Tonight, Coach Blake Jennings' team, they've dropped 2 games in a row after starting the season 2-0, and they host the Piedmont Bulldogs, who lost their first game of the season 1-0 to Guntersville. So Coach Matt Dearman and the Piedmont Bulldogs are on the road tonight at White Plains as they face Blake Jennings and the Wildcats. This should be an interesting game to keep an eye on tonight and see how White Plains sticks in there with Piedmont at White Plains. Also tonight, the Indians' Coach Kyle Parrish team is on the road as they're going to face the Sacs Wildcats. These are 2 teams that both have a new head coach. Last year, Blake Jennings was the head coach at Ohatchee. He's now moved on to White Plains. And Coach Ginn was the head coach at Sacs. He took the basketball job, stepped down from the baseball head coaching job. So these are 2 programs that have new head baseball coaches. They play tonight at Sacs. It's Indians and Wildcats starting this evening at Sacs. Also tonight, the Alexandria Valley Cubs. Coach Welch's team split with Tuscaloosa County. Then they got the win over Etowah, and now the Valley Cubs are on the road facing a really, really good 3A program, and that is the Yellow Jackets of Glencoe. Glencoe started their season off with a win over Cedar Bluff Tuesday night. So tonight they get the Alexandria Valley Cubs, 2 teams that are both going to be ranked in the top 10 when the season's said and done, in my opinion. So Coach Zach Welch and the Alexandria Valley Cubs head on the road tonight, right up 431, as they go to Glencoe to face the Yellow Jackets. Also tonight, 2 teams that some consider rivals, even though they're in different classifications, but the Randolph County Tigers in Class 3A make the trip to Heflin tonight to face the Cleburne County Tigers. Again, these are 2 teams that quite frankly do not like each other. This should be a very competitive game, a bit of a rivalry as Randolph County travels just a little westbound as they come, or a little northbound I should say, as they come to Cleburne County tonight to face the Tigers. And how about this one right here? This is the Ranburne Bulldogs, again, playing another team. You kind of got right there, Woodland, Randolph County, Cleburne County, and Central Clay. They kind of play each other in just about everything. Tonight, the Bulldogs of Ranburne head on the road down to Ashland to face the Central Clay Vols. This should be a good game. 2 teams that are not bad teams at all. These are 2 really good teams that are going to be good this season as Ranburne heads down to Central Clay to face the Vols. Baseball is busy tonight. Softball isn't as busy, but there still are a couple games tonight that are taking place here involving East Alabama teams. So let's take a look at the softball games for tonight. We start with the Faith Christian Lions, the baseball teams at Pleasant Valley tonight. Well, the softball team is at Cedar Bluff, and Cedar Bluff is as good of a team as you're going to find in Class 1A. This is going to be a really good game, going to be a really good test for Faith Christian to see where they're at. They're going to go on the road to Cedar Bluff tonight, but keep an eye on Cedar Bluff. This one could potentially be run ruled, in my opinion. Also tonight, you've got Ohatchee. The Indians baseball team is at Sacs tonight, but the softball team, Coach Poe's team, is off to a red surge hot start to the season. They're 5-1 on the season. Tonight, they're actually going to play Childersburg at home. Now, this is not an area game, but it features 2 3A programs. So Coach Mizzle and the Childersburg Tigers head to the Creek Bank tonight to face the Indians of Ohatchee. Keep an eye on Coach Poe's team. 5-1 on the season. They are playing as good as anybody to start the season. Also tonight, the Pleasant Valley Raiders baseball teams at home. You see a trend here. Teams are at home in baseball. They're on the road in softball, vice versa. It's the same way for Coach Bryant and the Pleasant Valley Raiders tonight as they head up just a little bit north to Gadsden City to face the Titans. Coach Bryant's team returns essentially almost everyone from a year ago, a team that reached the highest point, though yet they didn't win it. So this is a team that feels hungry to get back to the state championship and have an opportunity to hoist a blue trophy. I think Coach Bryant certainly has the team to do it this season. They kicked that campaign off at Gadsden City tonight. And the final game tonight is, there's 2 more games tonight. Walter Wellborn Panthers coach Brenna Vinson's team is on the road tonight facing the Tigers of Talladega. Coach V's team obviously losing Autumn Parsons, their starting pitcher from a year ago. Gracie Robertson did not come out. So this is a team still trying to find their identity in terms of being in the circle. And so we're going to see who steps up for Wellborn to take that command this season as they look to make some noise in that area with Piedmont, Weaver, and Sacs. But tonight they're going to get tested when they go to Talladega to face the Tigers. This game again is down at Talladega. Now the final game for tonight, what I was trying to get to a minute ago, is 2 teams that do not like each other. They don't like each other in any sport, and that is the Mumford Lions and Oxford Yellow Jackets. And these 2 teams are going to meet at Choccolocca Park tonight, right there by Sick Field, as the Oxford Yellow Jackets are coming off a dominating 20-5 win over Gadsden City. Mumford split last time they took the field. This one should be an interesting one to see the competitiveness rivalry between Mumford and Oxford. This game will be at Choccolocca Park tonight. Soccer has 2 games tonight that involve East Alabama teams, but it's featuring some teams from the same area in one of those matchups, a team from Birmingham coming to face another at Choccolocco Park. So let's take a look at the 2 soccer matchups for tonight here in East Alabama. The first one is at Cleburne County tonight, as the Cleburne County Tigers will host the Faith Christian Lions. Again, this is 2 East Alabama teams, both boys and girls, so this is going to feature both of those. And again, the Faith Christian Lions are going to be on the road tonight as they face the Tigers of Cleburne County. Now the next game is going to be, it says it's at White Plains, but it's actually at Choccolocco Park. But the White Plains Wildcats are playing a part of a tournament that starts tonight, and they're going to be facing, you may not be familiar with that logo, but it is G.W. Carver out of Birmingham, the Rams. So the Rams are coming to Choccolocco Park tonight. They're facing White Plains. A lot of unknowns. I'm sure neither one of these programs knows really anything about the other, but they're going to play at Choccolocco Park tonight, a part of a big tournament taking place this weekend as White Plains gets G.W. Carver, the Rams of Birmingham, tonight at Choccolocco Park. And that's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today.
You can find us here online every weekday on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or our website. Just go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather content whenever it's convenient for you.
And please be sure to check back with us tomorrow. We're going to have a special story about a high school show choir that has received a top 10 national ranking spot.
So impressive.
It is. We'll see you back here tomorrow for your news on your schedule.